got one.
Oh my god, that is so sick.
And then it happened.
Nossa Senhora! Allah, sudah sempat lari saya, Pak. Bismillah.
Fishing is peaceful until something drags you in. These 6 fishing encounters caught on camera reveal the dark side of a simple day on the water. Let's dive in. July 1st, 2025. In the backwaters of Oklahoma, Faith Mary, a creator known for fishing lifestyle and travel vlogs, decided to push beyond her comfort zone. Alongside adrenaline rush adventures, Nate the Great, and fierce fishing, she would attempt something most people would never dare: catfish noodling. Reaching blindly into dark underwater holes, never knowing if it's a fish or something far worse. The rules were simple: keep your hand flat, aim for the bottom jaw, never the top lip, block the exit or the fish would escape. They scoured the banks. A box turtle appeared in the water and was placed safely on land. Overhead, a hawk circled. Then, without warning, a gray snake dropped straight into the creek. Each step sank them deeper into unstable sand and mud. The first cavity proved real. One of the team went body length under the bank. The water erupted. Catfish number 1 exploded from the hole, thrashing violently. Moments later, a second flathead was dragged out from the same darkness.
I think I found a horseshoe.
Oh wow.
I think. Check it out. And there's this. There's like this thing, and then there's like, I think it's a horseshoe. Check it out.
They found a horseshoe.
Yeah. I wonder what, that's so cool. I wonder how long it's been here for.
Long time.
Whoa, what's this, do you think? Just like a bucket?
Did you get enough one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Little bullfrog.
Oh, it's so cute! I got a horseshoe in one hand and a frog in the other. He likes me.
He's chilling.
He's so cute. What's his name? Frog.
Along the way, they found strange artifacts: a rusted horseshoe, a forgotten bucket, even a bullfrog clinging to their hands. But the danger was always near.
Fish. Fish.
Really?
I don't know if you swim out. Keep your eyes peeled in the creek.
That's for sure a fish.
Oh wow. You guys do that.
What? You don't want to go?
No, you guys go first. I want to like see it done. You know what I'm saying?
Fierce wants to go, but he's a little worried, so
I'm not worried.
I'm a little worried that he'll lose the fish, so I'm going to reach in here first.
Yes, please do.
All right, you're pulling it out.
Oh my goodness. What? No freaking way!
We got one.
Oh my god, that is
That
so
whole
sick! Oh my, he's making noises?
Hurry. Dan, you want to pull me out?
Wow!
There he is. First catfish of the day.
That is so cool!
Yeah. We'll find shallower ones probably. All right, he's on the rope. We're not getting skunked.
We didn't get skunked! That's so
All right,
fun!
babe, hold this guy.
Okay, I'll hold him. Okay, I'm holding him. Oh! Whoa! He's huge! I've never seen a fish this big in real life before. So slimy!
Another one. Another one.
There's another one?
You ready?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I could do that.
We'll all 3 get one.
Yeah, all 4!
She'll be next.
Yeah, Adrian will get
All right. Except for Fierce is most likely. You guys let us know now. Is Fierce going to lose this fish, or do y'all think he's going to bring it out of here? You got to go up into these full body length in there to reach to this fish.
All right, Fierce, come on, Fierce, you got it!
Oh, ready to come out.
Didn't touch anything.
Can you not fit further?
Yeah.
Okay, Fierce said he touched it with the fingertips barely that time. Now that he knows it's a fish, and he knows I wasn't pulling his leg, that there's another one in there, he's gonna have a better chance at reaching to this one. He wants this fish. He's in there pretty good. And he's got him. Usually you feel him struggling around. Oh, he does got him. Oh.
Okay.
Did he go back in the hole?
No.
You got him?
Hold it.
You need. He's got a hold of him, guys, with one hand.
All right, yeah, I have him.
Have it?
Hey, if you lose him now, it's your fault.
Yeah, I know.
Hey!
I can't,
Number
I
2!
can't stand up.
No way!
That's what makes you lose him when you leave him water.
Wow!
Woo! Number 2!
Sick!
More followed. Catfish 3, Catfish 4, Catfish 5. Each one slimy, scarred from squeezing into tight banks, their bodies marked with red from fighting for space.
And then, ow! God. Okay, I don't even know if I could get him out of this hole.
Ow!
Ow!
He bit me.
He bit me too.
You got him?
I got him.
Okay, now throw him under, with one hand, throw him in the headlock.
Okay.
Put him under your armpit. Fight. Turn towards the camera when you do it.
Okay.
Quickly, like you gotta do it
Camera's
as soon
this
as
way.
he's sliding out towards Fierce.
Oh my gosh!
Hang on to him. You got him. Turn towards the camera.
She got him!
Stand up in front.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's a bit. That might be bigger than the other two.
Woo!
That's a good fish.
What a catch! I did it, you guys! Look at him! Oh my god!
That's the
Stand
biggest
up.
of the day.
Biggest of the day! Woo! Let's go, guys! We did it! Jeez, he really chomped on, or she, right?
I
She
think
really
it's a boy.
chomped on my
It
arm.
could be I guess it might be
Woo!
a female. Dad, check for the mate.
Oh, okay. Wow, holy cow. Let me put him in the water, or she. And we'll make sure she...
Clean, sandy interiors meant flatheads were nesting. Muddy holes often held nothing. Or worse, a beaver. The odds were simple. About half would bite, half would hide. Faith's success came from not retreating when the pain struck. By pressing in, sliding to the jawline and locking the head, she turned what could have been disaster into triumph. 5 fish in one day. The biggest held in Faith's hands. But each bite could just as easily have been a snapping turtle or a beaver. Would you push your arm into a dark underwater hole, not knowing what waits inside? Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. On September 5th, 2025, the YouTube channel The Lawless Tide traveled to Pompano Beach, Florida for the Extreme Kayak Fishing Tournament, Summer Slam Part 2. It's one of the biggest kayak fishing events on the East Coast. The gear was packed, the dogs and family loaded into the truck, and by nightfall, they had reached their Airbnb. The plan was simple: tie rigs, rest, and be ready for the morning launch. But what began as just another tournament would quickly turn into one of the most harrowing fishing encounters ever caught on camera. The morning started in darkness. Storm clouds hung overhead, thunder rolled, and lightning flashed. By 5:30, his kayak and gear were unloaded and ready for the Coast Guard inspection. The plan was simple: get cleared, wait for the 6:45 start, and launch with the fleet. But the conditions already looked rough.
I'll pedal your ass out. Give you a shot. Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
Instead of rushing in at the shotgun start, he waited to see how other kayaks handled the surf. After a pause, he and Mikey launched and headed to the bait boat. Baits loaded, rigs tied, rods ready.
Yes, sir. Oh, perfect. Thanks, bud.
Take it easy.
All right. You guys have a good one.
2 setups trolling in open water. But even a mile out, mats of sargassum made fishing difficult. Weighted rigs were the only way to drop bait beneath the weeds.
All right, we're on, guys. All right, we're on. Let's go. Let's have the gaff ready. Now we're free. Let's go. Maybe. Got one on the board. It's not a monster. Just glad to be on the board now.
Hours passed. Nearly 2 miles offshore, after 2.5 hours, he finally hooked his first fish. The line instantly tangled with his second rod, turning into a mess. He cut one line completely, sacrificed the rig, and fought to land the fish. Against the odds, a king mackerel came aboard. Soon after, another king followed, 2 fish now in the bag. But radar showed trouble. A storm cell that should have dissipated was instead building strength. Hoping to squeeze in one more catch, he began trolling toward shore. Then a massive swell lifted the stern. In an instant, the decision changed. Forget fishing, get back alive. A quarter-mile closer in, disaster struck. A wave slammed the kayak and snapped the right arm of his seat. Now off balance, he fought swells from behind and crosswinds from the left. Spray cut sideways across the deck, and then, the first capsize. He flipped the kayak upright, climbed back on, and realized he had already lost a rod. Worse, his fish bag drifted away in the chaos. With no chance to retrieve it, survival became the only goal. But every 30 seconds, the seas grew rougher. Cross swells forced him to lean hard left just to stay upright. Soon, another capsize, then another. Each time he re-entered, exhaustion grew heavier. His radio was gone. His inflatable waist PFD hidden under his shirt was still unused, but he was close to pulling the cord. At one point, a boat passed within sight. He waved, desperate, but they never noticed. His air horn was within reach, but in his exhaustion, he forgot it was there. Finally, drenched, drained, and barely able to see the shoreline through sheets of rain, he pedaled harder than ever. By sheer will, he pushed until the sand finally met his hull. Cameras had died, but he was back on land, second to last from the tournament, alive, but with nothing left to weigh. This video shows how quickly the ocean can change, and how thin the line is between competition and survival. Viewers pointed out the critical lessons. A belt-style inflatable PFD offers little protection offshore. A full vest with a knife and whistle strapped to the chest could have made a life-saving difference. Others noted the lack of safety boats, calling it a major oversight that the tournament wasn't canceled once conditions worsened. Whether you call it reckless or resilient, one thing is certain: the ocean doesn't forgive mistakes. Preparation and judgment are the only defenses when the storm closes in. 3 capsizes, a broken seat, lost gear, lost fish, and a long mile through building seas. He made it back, but just barely. Would you have launched that morning? Or turned back when the thunder rolled across the beach? And if you had been 2 miles out in that storm, what piece of safety gear would you have trusted most? A proper PFD, a radio on your chest, or a rescue boat waiting offshore? On December 20th, 2021, deep within the Amazon, a Brazilian angler named Anderson Geddes pressed record. His YouTube channel bears his name, built on the thrill of sport fishing, kayak journeys, and raw encounters with the river's predators. Known for chasing giants along legendary waters like the Tapajos, Juruena, and Teles Pires, Anderson's lens captures more than just the fight with a fish. In these rivers, nature itself feels untamed, alive, beautiful, and at times, unsettling. The first hit came like an explosion beneath the kayak. Water split open, and the Treyron revealed itself.
Pegou. Nossa, pegou e pegou bonito. Pegou e pegou bonito, rapaz. Eu vi ela no visual. Nossa, tá girando o caiaque. Tá girando o caiaque. Nossa senhora. Caramba. Nossa. Nossa, Andrei, que monstra. Vem cá, garota, peraí. Vamos te levar pra praia.
Thick scales flashing, jaws wide, dragging the line with brutal force. Anderson's rod bent to the breaking point as he shouted, voice cracked with excitement and strain. The kayak pitched forward, pulled by a fish so powerful it seemed less like sport and more like survival.
Vamos te levar pra praia. Vamos te levar pra praia. Olha, ela vem pra debaixo do caiaque. Olha o tamanho. Caramba, olha o tamanho dela. Caraca, meu irmão. Vai quebrar a vara. Nossa Senhora!
He steadied himself, sweat and river spray mixing on his face, but the monster refused to yield. Each surge dragged them closer to the rocks, the kayak shuddering against the current. Anderson's partner braced with both hands, helpless as the line cut through the water like a blade. For a moment, it seemed the fight might be won, Then came the sharp, hollow crack. The line snapped. Silence followed, broken only by the rush of water and Anderson's gasp. They cast again. Another strike. Another battle. The trireme surfaced in furious bursts.
Bem ali. Nossa! Nossa, meu irmão! Nossa! Pegou! Nossa. Tá aqui ainda! Tá aqui ainda! Pegou, Admil! Pegou! Pegou! Não acredito, cara! Não acredito, só que ele tá com a isca de lado na boca. Pegou a Dragonfly. Caramba, a isca é pequena. Caramba, a isca é muito pequena. Uma traíra desse tamanho. Meu Deus do céu. Meu Deus do céu. Você tá pegando. Ih lá, pegou na Dragonfly. Meu Deus do céu. Nossa senhora. Cadê ela? Tá aqui. Tá aqui. Tá aqui. Ela comeu a isca inteira. Meu Deus do céu! Meu Deus do céu! Nossa, eu vou ter que... Vem cá, garota! Vem cá, garota! Sai daí de baixo, não pro pau, não! Arrebentou! Nossa, arrebentou a linha, velho! Arrebentou a linha, ela comeu a isca todinha!
Rolling its body against the tension, thrashing until the kayak spun nearly sideways. Anderson's shouts filled the jungle air. It's here! It's here! But each time victory seemed near, the predator tore free again, leaving the men breathless, their gear strained to its limit. Hours passed in this cycle. Hook, fight, escape. The river gave, then took away, as if mocking their persistence. Exhaustion settled in, but adrenaline kept them pressing forward. Finally, as they pulled onto the shore to rest, they discovered something far more chilling than broken lines and lost fish.
Que é isso daqui? Rapaz. Pedaço de bicho morto. Olha. Pedaço mesmo, cara. Pedaço de bicho. Foi bem uma onça que comeu, cara. Olha. Cara, e o bicho era... É. Olha só, cara, as marcas dos dentes da onça aqui, ó. Ó os furos, velho. Caramba, mas que bicho será que era esse que ela comeu? E era grande, cara. Era grande. Parece um macaco, cara, ó. Parece que aqui são as pernas, ali eram os outros dois braços e a cabeça. Foi bem uma onça que pegou.
Lying among the branches was a carcass, its hide ripped, flesh punctured with deep holes. Anderson whispered jaguar. The bite marks matched, he said, but the wounds were massive, savage in a way that stirred unease. His camera lingered on the remains, jagged and raw, as if the jungle itself was reminding them who truly ruled here. Later, viewers called the footage pure adrenaline. Rapaz, chega a dar frio na barriga da gente com seus vídeos, one wrote. It gives you chills. Others questioned the discovery. If a jaguar had left those marks, why did the remains look so unnatural, almost prehistoric? Was it only a predator they knew, or something else hidden in the Amazon's depths? The fight with the trireme ended with snapped lines and empty hands, but the greater mystery lingered on the riverbank. In a place where beauty masks brutality, one question remains. Was this simply the work of a jaguar, or did Anderson's camera capture evidence of something far older, still prowling the Amazon? June 11th, 2021, San Diego, California. The camera of Beefs TV, a channel known for its raw surf sessions, ocean games, and coastal lifestyle, was rolling. Laughter, music, and playful shouts of "show the no-fins" set the scene. But in the water that day, the fun would give way to something far more unsettling. The session begins with the kind of carefree energy Beefs TV is known for. Music plays over the sounds of the surf as boards cut across the water. One rider takes off on a small wave, cheered on by the crew. It feels like another ordinary day in San Diego, lighthearted, playful, and full of laughter. Then the mood begins to change.
It was attacking something.
Wow, that thing's just lurking. Creepy dogs. Oh my gosh. Hey Shay, you wanna go out? Let's go out there, dude. Come on, dude. Let's go. These guys out there. Oh my gosh. Really though? So you got that chilling. Guy surfing. Literally a shark right in front of him. Unbelievable. That thing is big and just lurking. And then these guys are right there. Go, Larry, go. Go. Here goes Larry. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what is that was hectic.
Shut
That,
up. Did you get
dude,
it?
that was messed up.
Did you get it?
Yep, I'm good on surfing today. Oh my gosh, look at that woolly mammoth.
A hand points toward the water, and the camera shifts to follow. At first, it seems like nothing, just rolling waves under the California sun. But then, the outline of something darker becomes clear. A fin breaks the surface, close enough to send a chill through the lineup. The voices, once full of excitement, fall into uneasy tones. What had been described as unreal moments before is suddenly big and just lurking. Tension spreads. Surfers hesitate, uncertain whether to paddle closer to shore or stay put. The shark circles calmly, its presence undeniable. The camera shakes slightly as the crew reacts, the atmosphere now thick with nervous energy. One surfer makes an attempt at another wave, but the scene quickly unravels. Shouts overlap, and the footage grows frantic. The playful chaos of earlier has turned into genuine alarm. The sight of the fin slicing just beneath the boards is enough to silence the lineup. Eventually, relief comes not from triumph, but retreat. Someone admits they've had enough, declaring the session over. Laughter follows, but it carries a nervous edge. What was meant to be a second round in the surf is abandoned without hesitation. Back on shore, the crew talks it over. They replay how close the shark had come, some only realizing afterward that it had been swimming right beside them. The video ends with smiles and thanks. To sponsors, to friends, even to Mother Nature for the waves. Yet beneath the gratitude lies the memory of a predator moving silently through the same water they had just been riding. The footage leaves little room for doubt. A large shark moved through the lineup, close enough to touch. Some see it as proof these predators aren't out to hunt humans, just sharing the same waters. Others hear the word lurking and can't shake the thought that it looked more like feeding behavior than coexistence. The day ended in relief, but the image of that fin remains. So the question is, if you were out there, would you paddle for one more wave or head for shore the moment the shadow surfaced? February 22nd, 2025. On a swollen river in Indonesia, Amran Tumbit, creator of the channel that documents fishing and cooking in the wild, sets out for his first trip back after months away. His videos are usually simple, catching local fish and preparing meals by the water. But this time, with a brand new rod in hand and the river still in flood season, what should have been routine soon becomes something far more unsettling. He begins the day with excitement, unveiling his brand new fishing gear. A Victory E-Rod, 165 centimeters long, paired with the Megaspin SW4000 reel. Alongside it, bait from a friend in Riau, 2 jars of kukur, a trusted lure that has never failed him. With a short prayer, he casts into the swollen river. The line tightens almost instantly. The rod bends, the reel screams, and his first fish is hauled in, relief and joy written across his face. The new setup works. He keeps casting. Another strike. Another fish. The river seems generous, but as the sun climbs higher, the current grows stronger. He moves his small boat to a faster channel, the water pushing harder beneath him. The heat is suffocating, and the wide river shows its dangerous side. Then it happens. A sharp crack shatters the air.
Bismillah, ya Allah. Allahu Akbar, ya Allah, udah sempat lari saya Pak. Bismillah. Allahu Akbar. Banyak di bawah. Habis barang. Ini posisi saya. Ini posisi saya terjepit ini. Ya Allah.
The riverbank gives way, and a massive tree collapses without warning. The trunk slams into the water, pinning his boat against the current. The water swirls violently. There is no time to react. His rods, cameras, and phones are swept away. Even his waist bag, filled with valuables, disappears beneath the surface. He clings to what he can, the force of the river threatening to pull everything under. Amid the chaos, a single bag floats to the surface. He grabs it quickly. Inside, a prayer kit, a change of clothes, a flashlight, and a small can of fuel. Almost everything else is gone. For nearly an hour he struggles, trapped in the current, unable to free the boat.
Ini arusnya deras, jadi terjepit dengan arus. Nah, terus di bagian belakangnya itu sepertinya pas kena kayu. Saya rasakan mesin ketintingnya masih ada, cuman nggak bisa keluar. Alhamdulillah akhirnya ada orang. Cuman nggak tahu ini bisa nggak kami berdua mengeluarkan ini. Ya kawan-kawannya, jadi ini nggak bisa saya sambil video karena agak susah medan ini. Alhamdulillah kawan-kawan. Alhamdulillah akhirnya sampannya bisa kita naikkan. Alhamdulillah dibantu sama ini. Ada kawan kita ini si Nasib, isinya habis semua pak. Yang tersisa itu ini bensin. Alhamdulillah mesinnya nggak ikut ini tenggelam. Nanti masih bisa kita perbaiki, kita servis. Cuma yang lainnya habis. Alat-alat pancing berserta alat-alat kamera itu habis semua. HP satu, tas pinggang, isinya banyak macam di dalamnya habis. Oke, alhamdulillah berkat bantuan teman tadi itu nasib. Jadi perahu ini alhamdulillah jadi nggak semua hilang, masih ada yang tersisa. Innalillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Nah ini yang tersisa itu tas tadi itu ngapung, sempat saya tangkap ya kan.
Exhaustion sets in. Only when another fisherman arrives to help does the nightmare ease. Together, they pull and push until the boat finally breaks free from the trunk's grip. Amran stands soaked, drained, and shaken. His boat is damaged, his gear gone, his camera equipment destroyed. Yet he is alive. He whispers thanks, realizing the river has taken nearly everything, but spared his life. Viewers pointed out what the river had already shown: steep banks eroded by floods, leaning trees ready to fall. Some questioned why the engine wasn't started first, or why the lines weren't cut. Others noted that the only bag recovered held prayer items. A coincidence, or something more? He survived with nothing but the clothes on his back, and the footage you see here. The river took almost everything, except his life. If you were in his place, would you fight to save your gear, or abandon it all to escape? Tell us what you would have done. August 13th, 2017. It featured Mike and a figure he called Gramps. What began as lighthearted comedy would soon shift into something stranger, shouting frantically while the line pulls hard into the grass. At last, the surface breaks. The old man struggles, barely able to stand as the camera zooms in on the catch.
Scurried and he died! Alright. Gramps? Are you alive? I'm gonna have to just...
Pretends to drag his body aside, joking that his grandfather's medication wore off hours ago. The scene ends with Mike urging viewers to like, comment, and subscribe, while the unsettling image of Gramps lying motionless lingers in the background. The audience was divided. Some praised the chaos, writing comments like, "I was dying laughing when he did that backflip." Others fixated on the disguise, insisting, "That is not your grandpa. Was it just slapstick entertainment? Brian in a mask and nothing more? Or did the performance tap into something darker, an unease that comedy alone couldn't explain, while others couldn't shake the feeling that something was deeply wrong?" That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.
Oh, this is intense. They're underneath me. Uh-oh. Oh, what?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh, it's so much bigger than I thought! Bro! What's going on, officer?
Fishing is peaceful until something drags you in. These 6 fishing encounters caught on camera reveal the dark side of a simple day on the water. Let's dive in. YBS Youngbloods released one of its most unforgettable survival films. Shot along the remote Mango coastline of Australia, the video followed Brody, known for raw spearfishing and ocean survival adventures, as he set out with little more than a paddleboard, a backpack of supplies, and a challenge. Survive 24 hours living only on what the ocean would provide.
I'm spending the next couple of days out here in the beautiful remote mangrove coastline. I've got my paddleboard, my backpack full of very little supplies. I'm going to live off whatever I can catch out here. It's going to be a wild, wild adventure. You're coming with us. First thing, we're heading towards those islands. Let's go. Whoa, what is going on here? Hey, buddy. Oh, it's got a fish. Oh, it's got a stonefish. That's a stonefish. It's got a stonefish. Holy shit. He's just diving down with it there. I only got a quick glimpse. So one of the most venomous snakes in the world, the sea snake, they snack on the most venomous fish in the world, the stonefish. We made it onto the island. Let me show you quickly what's in my backpack. Knife and flint, got a YBS dive mask, safety GPS device, a little bit of zinc, a head torch for tonight, a YBS towel, and of course I got some water because I'll be paddling around so much. Last but definitely not least, a stingray barb. I found this a little bit ago and I want to do an extra challenge this trip. I want to see if I can catch my food only using this item. Go for a walk through the mangroves as the tide pushes out, hoping for a big old muddy. Never gets easier. Oh, there's one right there. It's not, oh, the hell? Oh, whoa. There's a good sign though. We'll keep looking. It's going to be a big dog around here somewhere.
From the start, danger revealed itself. A sea snake appeared in the shallows, clutching a venomous stonefish in its jaws. He landed on a small island, emptying his pack, a mask, a GPS beacon, flint, headlamp, and a stingray barb he shaped into a makeshift spear. In the mangroves, he fought massive mud crabs, returning the largest breeders, taking only what was necessary. Then came the moment that defined the journey.
Oh my God, it's like right underneath me. It's going under. It's going under. It's the width of the paddleboard. Oh, you're a big old dog. Are you kidding me? Massive tiger. A beautiful, beautiful shark in the shallows here. Hunting for turtles, living his best life. Whoa! Whoa! Here we go. It's my chance to hop in.
The water beneath him darkened, and a massive tiger shark emerged, its body as wide as the paddleboard. It circled with deliberate intent, locked on a turtle below.
Before I set up camp and make a little campfire and all that, I'm going to go for one last little hunt. They're a bit different shape, a bit skinnier, a bit sweeter meat, so some people like them more, but this is a female and I don't want to grab any females, so have a good one, buddy. Hey, buddy. Turns out it's a blue ring octopus. Another big mud crab hole under here. All the water's all murked up. So we'll go in and see if anyone's home. Oh, yep, he's right at the entrance. Okay. Come on. Oh, come on. What is going on? Yeah. Holy shit! It's a monster! I did not think it was that big. Oh, that is as big as they bloody get him. As rusty as they get him. This is a big old dog. He is a breeder and I'm trying my hardest not to take the breeders from the environment. It's a tough choice, but I am going to put this guy back so he can make millions and millions of more baby crabs because he'll be going around from hole to hole. Welcome to the camp, guys. I just chalked the sup up on a couple of rocks and wedged it in there so it's actually off the ground. Won't be as many spiders and stuff crawling over me. Boots off. Check this sea ulcer. Yeah, nah, she'll be right. The sun is setting over beautiful Australia. The sky is just lighting up. Oh, I'm getting absolutely hammered by midges. Come on, baby. Come on. Yes. Oh, yes, you beautiful, beautiful thing. There we go. Oh, there we go. Get in here. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I hit my head. I smacked my head. Oh, look at that. How good is this? Woo. I'm gonna do my best to keep that nice and stoked until I fall asleep and oh.
Night brought no relief. Midges swarmed until smoke from a small fire forced them back. By torchlight, he searched tide pools again, releasing breeders, keeping one scarred crab to cook. As the shell cracked in the flames, the board beside him still bore the shark's scars.
Morning, everyone. Let's get stuck into this new day. Let's go exploring. Look how close he is. Look how close this big fella is. Look at him. Oh, hello, beautiful. Are you kidding me? This is not the same one I saw yesterday. And this turtle, big showdown. And I'm right in the thick of it. Oh no! Oh! Holy shit! Oh, this is intense. They're underneath me. Look, the tiger's got the turtle underneath me. Oh, I don't know if I'm in the best position right here. Oh, I'm between the tiger and the turtle. Uh-oh. Oh, what? Oh my God. Oh, look at the teeth marks. Look at the teeth marks. Look at this. Oh, I love that shit so much. Oh my God. That shark is, but I'm pretty sure it's gone. Let's quickly, oh, I'm shaking. Let's assess them. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. So it was a full, just a baby a little touch. Look at that. It knew it's not what it wanted. Oh, actually, I probably shouldn't be flapping around like a turtle. Oh, then get back on. Oh, oh, oh. I need to calm down. The ADD really kicked in then. I just blacked out. I can't even remember really what happened. Oh, sorry guys.
At dawn, another tiger shark appeared, inches below the board, chasing a turtle in one last primal standoff. Predator and prey fought beneath him, while he balanced on the fragile line above. This encounter revealed more than adrenaline. Tiger sharks are not reckless killers. They test, they measure, they decide. The turtle's defense, constantly rotating its shell, was a reminder of survival through strategy. And Brody's choice to release the biggest crabs showed restraint that impressed his audience. One viewer wrote, "Incredible how much respect this guy has for the environment." Another compared him to Steve Irwin, respectful to nature, yet unflinching in the face of danger. Even skeptics admitted, "I thought the paddleboard attack was clickbait, but it was real." He ended the challenge with a simple crab meal, while the paddleboard beside him carried the deep scars of shark teeth. As one commenter put it, "The only bloke in the world to be stoked about being attacked by a shark." Another reminded, "It wasn't the shark's fault, it was only a warning." So the question remains, when you place yourself between predator and prey, are you the hunter, the hunted, or just a fragile witness to nature's oldest law? Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. On June 23, 2019, the YouTube channel Catch 'Em All Fishing, famous for outrageous urban fishing stunts, captured one of its most unsettling encounters. Zach Catchem, joined by Monster Mike and friends, set out in Miami, Florida, to prove that fish could even be pulled from the city's storm drains. What started as a lighthearted experiment would soon take a darker turn.
You don't have the fish underneath the streets like you know.
I mean, we have a lot of snakeheads, but we definitely don't have the goldfish.
The goldfish down
We need
here.
the goldfish.
It's been a while since I've been here, so let's see what we can catch.
Honestly, guys, we better get some gold. I think I'm being pranked. So anyway, guys, I usually like to chum with cat food, but I ran out after all those pocket we've been catching. But we're gonna go ahead and throw some food in here. Check it out. Get over here. Get over here. So I'm just gonna chum it up. Make sure that bread just sinks down. Trying to make some like splash so they like know that something's hitting the surface of the water.
What the hell? Chumming it up.
What the hell is that?
What?
You hear that?
Bro, you hear it?
It's like a gas leak or something.
There's something down there.
Wait. Whoa. Is that a snake?
Bro, that's a snake.
Not a snake.
That's a snake.
I can't see it.
It's too dark. It's like crawling though, but you
How
hear
big
it.
is it? It's loud as hell.
Oh, look, you can hear it.
Oh my god. Oh my. Mike, can you see that? Can you see that?
That's like, oh my gosh,
Guys,
oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Zach points to the drain, insisting he's caught fish here before. He tosses bread into the water, waiting for movement. At first, nothing stirs. Then, a sharp, eerie sound echoes back, almost like a hiss. Ripples spread across the surface. Zach mutters he can't see anything, but something is alive down there. Suddenly, panic erupts. A massive shape shifts beneath the grate, long and coiled. Mike shouts in disbelief, "That's a huge snake!" The mood changes instantly. No one is laughing anymore. Realizing the danger, Zach calls Jacob Feeder, an animal handler experienced with exotic wildlife.
You won't believe it. Look what's inside this sewer.
8 to 10 foot.
Zach, don't even tell him yet. Don't even tell him.
8 to 10 foot. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Get close. Wait, hold on. Is there a rock or something? Check this out. Check this out. I don't know if you can
Watch,
see
you're
it.
gonna see him now. Watch.
Check. Get close.
Get close. Hear this sound.
Bro.
Giant.
Dude. His head is sticking that way now.
Oh
It was
my
that
gosh.
way last time.
Dude,
it's pissed, bro.
This is serious.
Crap.
I believe you can open it.
Yeah, Mike did a trap in this.
Yes, a few years ago I did a fish trap. So just lift it up and just screwed it. I'm gonna step back, Zach, because there we go. There we go. Oh, guys, don't blink. I've never seen anything like this.
I'm hiding behind you.
I think
Bro!
I think I'm gonna get my snake hook just because this small area.
Go get the snake hook.
Let me get the snake.
It's so much bigger, guys. You see right there? Right there. You can see it. Right. Man, you can't see crap. Bro, this is all on you. It's all on you. Kelly, please help me out. Help me out.
Let's hope that this thing doesn't get away. This thing is looking like at least 10
Guys,
could be bigger. I
there's
don't
a
know, it's
monster like anaconda in this sewer, and Jacob is going to grab it right now. This thing is like...
Go in and get it.
Why don't you just scoop it or something?
No, I'm gonna go in there.
You're gonna go grab it with your hands?
No, he's gonna go in, he said.
Oh no!
Want me to help you? What do you want?
He's going in with
my
the...
net?
I got
Guys,
it.
the snake is like looks like 10 foot. The snake looks like...
in my hands.
Watch out, bro. This thing is huge.
No, his head, he just moved right there because I'm in here.
Oh
And
my
there's
gosh,
only,
guys, you're witnessing this right now live.
Guys, oh, my boots are all wet on the inside. All right.
He's not even making any noise. Do you go underwater?
He's underwater, but
Zach,
I
be
can't see
careful.
him.
He
I
might
can't
come
see him.
out.
Bro, I got the net, bro. I got the net, bro. Oh my God.
I just don't want him to jump out at me.
Oh my gosh.
oh my God.
Jacob, be careful.
I'm careful. He's not getting out. I got a block. Right, his head is like missing. It's right there.
Bro, go that way.
Oh my God! I got
Okay,
him. Oh my
okay.
gosh.
You got him, for real?
God, he's in the water.
No.
I have the
Watch
net,
out,
bro.
be careful.
I have the net. What are you
Got the
doing?
net.
He's in the water? Bro.
No.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Oh
my God.
Oh my God! Bro, it's so much bigger than I thought, guys! Bro!
Oh my God.
How are you gonna get out?
Help!
How you, bro?
Lift him.
What are you gonna do? Put him on land?
Let him tie her out. He's wrapping around my legs.
Run on the net. What are you?
Oh my gosh, out of a sewer!
I've never seen
Guys,
it.
an anaconda caught out of a sewer!
Oh my God!
Okay.
Look at
So,
these teeth!
okay. So how are we gonna get you out? How are we gonna get
We're
him
just
out?
leaving him in here.
You got it? You have its head?
I got it. It won't bite you.
Guys, an anaconda in the sewer.
Mike.
This thing is huge.
I got the net. Want me to grab you?
I mean,
You have the snake. You have the snake's head.
I have the
If you have the snake's head, I can lift you. I could probably lift you.
He's easily 10 feet.
Turn around towards me.
He's got to be bigger than
Can you turn towards me?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this way.
Oh, Zach, be careful.
Bro, the other way, bro, so I can lift you up.
Careful.
All right, grab that thing.
Oh.
Bro. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna grab you.
That is insane. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. A fish and a Burmese python in a sewer.
Guys.
Just hold it.
Okay.
Bro, this thing tags me.
It's not. Wait, let me grab by the body first.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys.
This thing is
Look
huge.
at the size of this. Cover the hole. He's gonna go back.
Yeah, don't let him go back.
Woo! Guys, this thing is.
Look how big it is.
Oh my God.
Jeez!
Woo! You're the snake king. You're the snake king.
Minutes later, Jacob arrives, calm but focused. He lowers himself into the drain. Moments later, he re-emerges, wrestling a Burmese python out of the darkness. The snake thrashes violently, its muscles flexing with terrifying strength. Zach and Mike rush forward to help as Jacob drags the creature onto the pavement. The python stretches across the asphalt, longer than anyone imagined, its body thick and restless. Mike's voice cracks in panic. "He almost choked me. By the wrist!" The chaos is overwhelming, the camera shaking as voices clash. With combined effort, they finally lift the snake together. It hangs heavy in their arms, head twisting stubbornly. Only when it is lowered into a container does the struggle end. What began as an urban fishing stunt had turned into a fight with an apex predator beneath Miami's streets. Viewers were split. Some called it pure entertainment, the WWE of fishing, while others doubted what they saw, pointing out how the reactions felt staged, even claiming the hissing was edited in. Still, the python itself was real. South Florida is overrun with invasive Burmese pythons, and this one was big enough to terrify everyone present. So what do you think? An authentic nightmare pulled from a city drain, or a performance crafted for the camera? And if you were the one staring down into a storm drain, only to find a python staring back, would you call for help or run for your life? On September 21st, 2023, the channel 402 Outdoors uploaded a new video. Known for documenting fishing, bow fishing, and outdoor adventures, the crew often shares their time on the rivers and lakes of the Midwest. This time, they return to the mighty Missouri River, a place where the current runs strong, invasive carp dominate the surface, and big catfish lurk below. What began as a simple outing for bait and whiskered giants soon spiraled into one of the wildest encounters the channel had captured all year.
Come on, fellas, where are you having your morning coffee at? All right, there they are. Ha ha! I got him. Oh, just out of reach. Oh boy.
Oh, you could have got him.
Oh God. Oh, they're going pretty good now.
Wakey, wakey.
These guys got some energy this morning. This ain't a big one, but we got one.
Like 2 minutes, maybe.
One little lousy feller. All right, gonna go down, get floating.
All right, well, we got our one lone silver, so we're gonna make the best of it, and we'll get 2 pieces off him.
All right, we're gonna get to floating. The other thing I did forget to mention, it was a super moon last night, so I don't really know how that's gonna affect the fish. All right, let's get a fish.
I can't tell you the answer to this.
Oh, nice.
You're still on there? You want me to keep going, or you want me? Okay.
He's running at me. Not 10 though.
Oh my gosh, he is. Oh, you're about out of line, dog.
I was.
See a good fish? You want me to keep going?
Yeah. In case we get a double.
Okay. You don't think he's net worthy?
Those little head shakes. Yeah.
You sure gave him the boots.
He popped it pretty good.
Feels good to catch a fish finally.
He ain't in the boat yet. But
True. Heck yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can probably boat flip him.
yeah, he's right in the corner.
Hey, it feels good though. At least they're feeding today.
Took it pretty aggressively for a little.
Get him in the boat. Usually I would drop my rod and help Scotty and net him, but we're trying to take advantage of all the stretch we have. Let's see him.
He's healthy.
Yeah, good looking fish, long fish. A little bit bigger. We're gonna throw him in the live well.
The morning started with bait. Connor and Scotty cast the net again and again, chasing silver carp. These fish, once rare, now swarm the river, crowding out native species. After several misses, they finally managed to pull in a small carp. Barely enough for 2 chunks of bait rods went out, and soon the first strike came. Scotty leaned back, the line tight, and brought in a catfish weighing around 10 pounds. It wasn't the trophy they were after, but it broke the morning silence. Not long after, a second rod bent hard. This time, the fight was different.
Good blue, dude.
Yeah, that's a 30, at least.
He's not done. He was just tangled.
Yeah, he was tangled and came up. He's doing some wicked stuff. I'm gonna get below you. Oh.
Come on.
As long as he stays like that and doesn't do all those turns and pulls awkward way on the hook. He's staying up a little bit though. Oh, he went the other way. We're good. If you can walk back a smidge. Got him. Got him. Got him.
Woo! 30. He ain't 40, but he's 30. I don't care. Holy crap, and we were just talking about that.
I was like, this is very snaggy, but it's a good deep hole. Hopefully we get a fish before a snag. Wha-boom!
You didn't even have him in the mouth.
I did. It just popped out. It came off. I hooked him right there, and it came out and rehooked him on the spin.
Oh my
I only
gosh.
had him right there.
That's a gnarly looking fish.
Let's get him in the live well. We'll
Yeah.
get pictures later.
Gets a good revive on him. Dude, that was an odd fighting fish.
That's what we needed. Welcome.
Finally, a good freaking start. Howdy, Sager. What you want to do, Sash? You want to try to get a kitty till she gets you? We'll just go with the bait we have. We can run over there and try to shoot one real quick. Already got 2.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Watch.
Kitty.
She's going to get the big one. Watch.
Crack open a cold one.
Cheers.
What up?
Howdy, partner.
Hey, sorry, Blade.
You all good?
No, not
They should start to go pretty good back in here. I'll just leave up there. All right, made her up to the creek. We don't got a ton of time. We got to drop Scotty off, but ladies want to try to shoot some fish. We're going to try to whack some. Oh, that was a giant one.
You see how high that dude got?
They're going pretty good. Oh, I skipped off that one.
The fish stayed low, twisting against the current, pulling line fast. When it surfaced, the scale of the battle was clear. A long, scarred catfish, close to 40 pounds, thrashed near the boat. Scotty fought to control it as the hook shifted dangerously in its mouth. Somehow, they hauled it aboard. But the river had more to give. When the women joined, the energy shifted. With bows drawn, they prepared for bow fishing. Almost instantly, the surface erupted. Dozens of silver carp shot from the water, leaping several feet into the air, some flying directly at the boat. Arrows flew in quick succession. Some missed by inches, skimming between carp mid-jump. Others struck true. Laughter and shouts mixed with the sound of splashes as fish slammed back into the river. At one point, a carp struck a woman's leg, nearly knocking her off balance, drawing screams from the deck. For several minutes, chaos reigned. Flying fish, frantic bow shots, and the roar of the Missouri turned the moment into a surreal spectacle. When the frenzy slowed, the crew stood laughing, adrenaline high, surrounded by the morning's wild catch. The spectacle may seem entertaining, but beneath the surface lies something more unsettling. Silver carp are one of the most destructive invasive species in North America. Their sheer numbers disrupt ecosystems, drive away native fish, and overwhelm waters like the Missouri. For the crew, the danger became part of the thrill. But for the river itself, it's a sign of how quickly nature can spiral out of balance. The day ended peacefully on a sandbar, grilling, laughing, playing games under the sun. But watching the footage back, the image lingers. Silver carp erupting from the water, inches from faces and bodies, turning the river into chaos. And it raises a chilling question. What happens the next time a carp doesn't just graze a leg, but lands with deadly force? On July 8, 2025, the crew from Coastal Worldwide prepared for another run offshore. Their channel is known for showing the raw truth of fishing, sharing the experience, not bragging about it. That morning, with storms circling the horizon, they pushed a 22-foot boat 60 miles out, chasing yellowfin tuna. The morning began under a heavy sky. Storms lingered on the horizon, but the crew launched anyway, pushing their 22-foot boat 60 miles offshore. At first, the ocean gave nothing. Dozens of live baits scattered into the current, but the water stayed quiet. Tuna could be seen blowing up in the distance, always out of reach, never near the boat. Frustration built, until Blaine tied on a JYG Swim, 7-inch.
Yeah, so talk to me about that, man. We've been doing live bait sets. We've put probably 23 baits out. No luck. And then we saw some blow-ups and Blaine threw the Swim. And the Swim actually, so far, today has done better than...
You're good, Bill.
Than the live baits. Are you still good back there, Peyton? Yeah, I'm still for it. Right. Still gonna get the short gap out. Move that bucket back a little bit. Like, very big. Before anything sets anybody. Minute. So yeah, we're gonna get this fish in the boat, and we're gonna go try to catch another one.
Believe it or not, after fishing full time for 4 years, this is my first Fads yellowfin. Personally, I've seen a bunch out here, but personally, me on the rod, especially on artificial, is definitely my first And not a bad one at that. I would say in between 60 and 70 pounds, most likely. And for the fads, whoa!
They're cracked up, dudes.
For the fads, that's a pretty good fish. 60, 70 pounds is about as, I wouldn't say as big as they get, but that's about as like large as you typically see.
His cast cut across the chop, the rod bent, and the drag screamed. Minutes later, the first yellowfin broke the surface, around 70 pounds, hauled over the rail and bled on deck. Relief spread, but it was short-lived. The wind climbed, waves stacked tight. The small boat rocked under the weight of the sea. In the middle of it, Pak cast blindly into the whitecaps. His rod lurched violently.
Oh yeah.
All right, wait, all right. You're good.
I don't think it's a tuna.
He might crack off in a second. Yeah, I think you did it, bud.
Yeah, I think you did.
You do?
Yeah.
Just pay attention.
Nah, it's coming way too far up.
You got the rod length and the angle. Come on, baby. Get it real, get it real. Really, you're just gonna have to play this dog fight out, all right?
Okay.
I know it's gonna suck.
He's diving again.
Get one. Get a halfie. There you go, Payson. That's good stuff, dude. That's really good stuff right there. Come on. Get him. Ooh. Ride it. Ride it. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
He fought hard, dragged from one side of the deck to the other, until a second tuna was finally gaffed and pulled aboard. Not long after, another strike came. A third yellowfin, fought and landed. 3 fish in total, each bagged, each proof of what persistence can earn against the ocean. Back on shore, they made a stop at Walmart. That's where a Florida fish and wildlife officer appeared.
All right, so we're still chilling here in the Walmart parking lot. We just pulled out yellowfin tuna here at Walmart. And basically, it boils down to our HMS permit is not legal anymore. Or it is like, what do you call it? Expired.
It was expired.
Expired HMS permit, boys. We got stuck. So obviously, HMS is NOAA thing. This is FWC, so this is state.
He moved through the essentials. Licenses checked, registration confirmed, safety gear inspected. Then he asked for the HMS permit. Papers were pulled out. Compartments opened, then opened again. The narrator called Blaine inside Walmart, hoping to find the paperwork, but the permit was nowhere to be found. A call to NOAA confirmed the truth. It had expired. 3 yellowfin tuna, perfectly legal to catch, now carried the shadow of a federal penalty. $2,000 each, $6,000 in total. The fight offshore had ended. But in that moment, a new kind of weight pressed down, one they couldn't escape. For some, the fishing was the lesson. Live bait failed, but the JYG swim triggered strike after strike, yet the ending left viewers unsettled. One comment warned, "Good thing you didn't catch a fourth one, $8,000. Another wrote, "He wasn't checking if you were safe. He wanted to bust you." What began as triumph offshore had become a reminder of how quickly success can collapse. A single oversight, and the price of victory turns into dread. The community remains divided. Was this fair enforcement of the law, or government overreach? And if one expired permit can turn 3 yellowfin into a $6,000 shadow, what might be waiting after the next trip offshore? On August 30th, 2025, professional surfer Nathan Florence released a new upload on his YouTube channel. Known for chasing the heaviest swells on the planet, his channel documents sessions in remote and dangerous locations. This time, alongside fellow surfers Cole and Aaron, he set out to ride an isolated reef in the Pacific. Locals call it Papana, a spot with no channel, no skis, and no safe way back once you commit. The day began with debate. From the beach, no one could agree on the size.
None of us know the size of it, so
I think it's 6 to 8 feet out there.
Aaron's guessing 6 to 8 foot.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm gonna say 8 to 10 with 12-foot sets, but it's hard to tell from the beach, so whoever gets a better wave probably was on the better board. Cole's on his biggest board. Size guess.
I'm saying like 6 to 8.
6 to 8. Okay, Aaron and Cole going 6 to 8. I'm going 10 to 12. Mahina?
Tripod. Long one.
Tripod 500 mil.
Aaron guessed 6 to 8 feet. Cole said the same. Nathan studied the horizon and argued for 10 to 12, with sets reaching 15. Each board choice reflected that uncertainty. Aaron on a 6-6, Cole on a 7-6, Nathan weighing whether any of them were enough. The tide was rising. The reef waited just beneath the surface, jagged and unforgiving. To reach the lineup, they would have to time their entry perfectly. Then, without warning, a barracuda launched from the water in front of Nathan.
We made it, and we're off on our adventure. What? Oh! Big barracuda jumping at me. This is insane. Oh, I'm excited to see a set. Big energy out here. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I haven't seen a set yet, but maybe 10 to 12 foot. Maybe bigger.
A sudden flash that felt like an omen. The paddle out was tense. Every stroke carried the threat of being smashed before even reaching the takeoff zone. There was no easy escape. Once outside, the illusion of calm shattered. From the lineup, the ocean looked manageable, but the front view revealed 12 to 15-foot walls of water detonating with violent force. Cole, sitting wider on his 7-6, tried to read the shifting peaks.
Oh, that's the right! Oh my gosh! Oh no! Woo! Oh no! Oh! Aaron's going for the thrill! Wow, we're surfing an unbelievable big wave, like 12, 15 foot. Hey, call Aaron. Aaron's been caught inside a few times on smaller boards. I didn't go on probably what was a 15-foot unbelievable left.
Aaron, with the smaller board, pushed deeper. A heavy set closed in. Wave after wave buried him until his board finally snapped.
Oh, I see the piece.
Right.
Right. Thank you. Oh! Good call.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh no, this is Aaron. Okay, I think Aaron's been in red.
He surfaced shaken, clawing his way back. Cole scored a handful of strong rides, but the reef eventually claimed him too, a wipeout dragging him down with brutal force. Nathan's chance came when a near-perfect left rose up, 15 feet of translucent water. For a split second, he pulled back. The wave detonated exactly where he would have been, a reminder of how thin the line was between glory and disaster. The defining moments followed. At 11:18, the reef carved out a hollow bowl that looked unreal on camera. At 13:20, Nathan disappeared into one of the deepest barrels of the session, emerging just as the lip collapsed behind him. From above, the drone revealed the scale. Explosions of spray shot skyward, waves shifting unpredictably like a beach break, but over sharp coral. For nearly 3 hours, the trio endured a relentless rhythm of wipeouts and narrow escapes. By the end, Aaron's board was gone. Cole had taken punishing wipeouts. Nathan walked away with rides burned into memory and waves he'd remember not taking. Viewers who know this reef called it one of the scariest sessions ever caught on camera. No channel, no skis, no local guidance. Some pointed out how the ocean seemed calm from one angle, but from the front it looked absolutely diabolical. Others reminded that the reef was urchin-infested, leaving no margin for error. And the danger wasn't confined to the water. Days later, Nathan fell ill with dengue fever. Comments flooded in with advice. Locals even suggested papaya leaves as a remedy. To many, It felt as if the reef demanded a price, one way or another. When the session ended, they had survived 3 hours against 12 to 15-foot waves, but not without consequence. Broken boards, exhaustion, and illness. The footage left one haunting question. Was it only coincidence that Nathan collapsed so soon after? Or does Popana always take something back from those who dare to ride it? August 4th, 2021. In a Florida neighborhood, the ordinary calm gave way to something far less familiar. On the channel The Iguana Man, Raj and his crew document the removal of invasive green iguanas, reptiles that have overrun yards, destroyed gardens, and unsettled entire communities. This job, carried out under contract, would prove anything but routine. The crew began their sweep through backyards, rifles in hand, contracts in place. At the tree line, 3 iguanas clung to branches.
Let me take. Go ahead, dude. Oh! Hold on, I'm gonna go for the other.
You sure you don't want me to take?
Take one more and we'll go on the break. That's it. We got permission to be out here. We got a contract. Oh. Go. Yep. Where's Kong at? Perfect. We're doing iguana removal. Okay? Anybody speak Spanish?
Yes, sir.
Iguana removal.
Okay, well.
Okay. 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 No, we're not gonna shoot across there. You silly.
A quick plan was made. Far left first. The count began. 1, 2, 3. Shots cracked the air. Got him. Rolled him. The lizards fell. Legs were secured to prevent scratches, then bodies were slid into nylon bags. More appeared in the brush. Another fell, collected the same way. Then came a giant, nicknamed on the spot, King Kong. Later weighed at nearly 10 pounds, it was the largest of the day. Bag after bag filled with females and smaller males. The rhythm of the work, aim, strike, haul, and count, carried an eerie similarity to fishing, though this catch was far more unsettling. But the sound carried beyond the yard. A neighbor called, and blue lights soon cut across the street. The crew fell silent as officers approached.
What you got? What's going on,
I'm figuring you guys got contracted out to take care of these things,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Why we're out here.
Okay.
We're getting calls about you guys shooting the iguanas. Either our front desk a call,
Okay,
or the non-emergency number, just to let them know like which company you're with and how long you're going to be.
Okay.
Or
I
anything
know
like that.
we've come across you guys before.
Yeah, no, when I heard the call come out, I figured that's what had happened. No biggie.
I appreciate
How long are you guys going to be out for, just so I can let our dispatch
Another hour at the most.
Which
Iguana Man Pest
Iguana
Control
Man?
Service. That's it.
2 o'clock-ish?
Yeah, the one. Yeah, 2 o'clock. We should be done. Probably even less than that.
I'll let our dispatcher know that you guys will be out in this area until about 2 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, guys, how's it going?
Hey, your boys right here. Your boys right here. Watch your head.
Yeah, we got a couple. Y'all want to come check it out? Come check it out. Yeah, they're taking out. They're taking over these, eating everything and just claiming territory and stuff.
You guys got the whole.
Oh yeah.
Every day, man. We get calls, but I appreciate you guys coming out. That's for wasting your time.
We got y'all. Clock.
I'm not gonna say who it is. I know who it is, but I'm not gonna say.
That's fine. Listen, because we have other companies like you guys. A waterfall area there.
Yeah.
Like I said, once I figured it was going to be one of the companies. Out
Okay.
Here, so you guys are straight.
All right. Wow. That's incredible. Look, and our boys right here, they're still working, y'all. This is amazing, y'all. It seems like there's definitely evolution.
Calm but watchful, they asked who they were, what they were doing, how long they would remain. The crew answered evenly, iguana removal, authorized, under contract. The officers nodded, advised them to notify dispatch next time, then returned to their cruiser. No escalation, but the memory of flashing lights lingered heavier than the shots themselves. When the silence settled, the work resumed. By day's end, the tailgate told the story. 1 dozen iguanas from the first property, another dozen from the second. Most were females, but the 10-pound males sprawled across the pile stood as proof of how deep the infestation ran. Rifles and slugs were discussed one last time. The FX Dreamline with KC slugs, chosen for accuracy and safety, expanding fully inside without passing through. The job was complete, but the unease of the day clung to the neighborhood long after the bags were sealed. In Florida, removals like this are increasingly common. Homeowners turn to contracted crews to protect their properties, while invasive iguanas continue to multiply at alarming rates. Air rifles and slugs are selected for controlled impact, but the presence of weapons in residential streets is enough to unsettle anyone watching. Perhaps clearer communication, notices, uniforms, or advance calls to authorities is what keeps this work from appearing like something more disturbing. With its rhythm of aiming, striking, and hauling the day's take, some even compare it to a kind of fishing, only far more unsettling. If this happened outside your home, how would you see it? A necessary act of protection or an unnerving catch carried out in plain sight? Leave your thoughts below. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.
Wow, that's amazing. Man, he just went after it a couple of times. That's incredible.
Fishing is peaceful until something drags you in. These 6 fishing encounters caught on camera reveal the dark side of a simple day on the water. Let's dive in. April 4th, 2023. 65 miles off Australia's coast, the Great Barrier Reef stretched blue to every horizon. Amy, known online as Fish Huntress Amy, had launched into open sea once again. Her channel isn't about luxury boats or staged trophies. It's about the real grind offshore, testing new gear, chasing reef fish, and facing whatever rises from below. This trip began like many others, rods in hand, cameras rolling, and hope for a day full of catches. The start was fast. On the first cast, rods bent sharply, and within minutes, a string of coral trout filled the boat. 4, then 5. Each one a keeper, proof that conditions were perfect. Spirits climbed. The reef seemed alive with opportunity, but the rhythm changed.
Welcome to episode number 1 of hopefully many more to come. We've come all the way out to the reef today. We're about 65 miles offshore. And yeah, we just wanted to take you on our journey and show you what we get up to out here. So fingers crossed we have a successful day. We are off to a good start with 4 coral trouts in the boat, actually 5, I think. So yeah, see how the rest of the day goes.
You're on. Oh, rod is. Right on. First cast.
This just seemed too easy. Oh. Out of the boat, buddy. Oh, shit. Very strong. Okay, that's enough.
There it is. First cast of the boat.
Oh, come on. I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you've been so stubborn.
Oh, ye bugger.
Oh, that was. Oh, seriously.
A heavier strike tore down the line, drag screaming. When it surfaced, the silver body of a Spanish mackerel cut through the waves. It should have been the catch of the day, until shadows rose from below. A shark lunged, tearing the fish apart in seconds, leaving only half on the hook. The battle repeated itself. More trout came aboard, but more fish vanished in chaos as the shark returned again and again. Each hookup carried tension. Would it reach the boat, or would the predators get there first?
Long way to pull up.
Only 60 meters. Oh.
I've got a visual. Honestly feels a lot harder than what it looks.
Here it comes. Oh yeah.
Size.
Monster.
Oh. Woo! Yes. That was actually really hard work. Goodness.
Getting good. That's the gas bubble from coming down from so deep. All right, how big is he?
Like 60? About 60? Just on.
Just 61.
61.
Nice one.
Then, the final prize. Another strike from the depths, this one stubborn, refusing to yield. Minutes stretched into long pulls, rods bending, gas bubbles rising as the fish came up from pressure. When it finally broke surface, the scale read 61 centimeters. A clean victory, earned in the shadow of circling sharks. For viewers, the day revealed the thin line between success and loss. Trout filled the box, but the shark's ambush reminded everyone who truly owned the reef. Each bite raised the same question: was skill enough, or did survival below always decide? Some praised the persistence, catching through interruptions, never quitting even after the mackerel was torn apart. Others pointed to the reef's reality. No matter the gear or preparation, sharks will claim their share. It wasn't staged drama, it was the natural order, raw and unavoidable. Fish in the boat, fish ripped away in shadows, and the reef reminding every angler where the balance lies. So when the ocean forces you to share every victory, is the real triumph the fish you bring home, or the reminder that out here, you never fish alone? Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. On August 18th, 2025, off the coast of Florida, the wildlife crew set out on one of their boldest experiments yet. Known for combining thrilling fishing adventures with a message of conservation, they wanted to see if sharks would take something extraordinary. Not the usual tuna or stingray, but an entire pig's head. The rigs were prepared with oversized baits, one tied with the pig's head, another with the wing of a stingray, and others with tuna and bloody fish. Each line was heavy, built for predators used to massive meals. As the baits settled into the surf, the crew braced for what might come.
Starts to run, knocking all the way free.
Look at that. That's the bait we just got back. Absolutely no mistaking what that is. Or this. Look at that. Yeah, the size of that animal's mouth is wider than my fist. That's incredible. Man, he just went after it a couple of times. That's incredible. So he trimmed up the bait. He's made it a little bit smaller. Clearly there's an interested fish, and a fish nearly big enough to take that whole bait. So just make the bait a little bit smaller, hopefully it comes back.
Hours passed in uneasy silence. Then, without warning, one of the reels screamed. Line tore out under crushing force. When the bait came back, it was shredded. Too large and too foreign for the shark to swallow whole. The crew trimmed it smaller, hoping the predator would return.
So we're checking all the baits, and we're bringing them in, we're rebaiting if need be, and probably we're gonna need to rebait on this one. Kind of a gruesome sight. And for any of those of you out there who are a little bit squeamish about this, if you're a regular fisherman, especially a shark fisherman, I'm probably not talking to you, but if you're coming here from the world outside of fishing and you're a little bit grossed out by this is from a processing plant, which is exactly where you got your bacon at the supermarket. So this is the discards from the pig you probably ate for Sunday breakfast last week. So pork chops were a no-go, so we're going with the classics. The tried and true shark baits, tuna, ray, bloody fish, the kind of thing that sharks are not only gonna love, but they're gonna be used to finding, used to eating. A pig is protein, it is meat. You know, at the end of the day, if an animal gets hungry enough, especially, you know, a predator, it's going to eat something like that. And that is what a shark is used to and expecting. Dropping baits in the dark. You can probably just see my silhouette against the sunset back there, but it is very peaceful out here. Even realizing and recognizing what's under the water. It's very tempting to want to just sit here for a little bit, but those reels could go off at any moment, and I want to be over there with my camera if they do.
I'm gonna push this up, and then you're gonna hit that handle. Whoa. It's gonna pull harder.
Yep. Oh, God, mighty.
Hammer. Okay. You can get up?
I'm trying. Oh. Good. Oh. Yeah, I'm good. Running again.
Yeah, that's gotta be a hammer.
Hammerhead would be awesome.
If it's a hammer, it's a weird little fun size hammer. I think it's a tiger. I think it's a really good tiger.
Wow, that's amazing. Look at the size of that animal.
Moments before dawn, the ocean erupted again. The rod bent double, the reel burned as the line poured away. At first they suspected hammerhead, but as the fight dragged on, the truth surfaced. Rising from the darkness was a tiger shark, immense by their standards. Its body rippled with muscle, its thrashing sent water exploding into spray. One word repeated itself: monstrous.
Absolutely monstrous, monstrous animal this. That is incredible.
Perfect.
Go. Keep your light on it. Come on. Oh, there's the first little tail. Okay, come on.
Water with an invisible tiger.
I know. Oh my God. Wow.
By sunrise, the battle was over. The shark had been released, its massive frame disappearing back into the depths. All that remained was the empty shoreline and the tide pushing closer to camp. Viewers couldn't resist reacting. Craziest bait to ever be used on YouTube, awesome vid. Another echoed Jaws. "We're gonna need a bigger boat." Some minimized it, calling the animal just a baby tiger shark. Others admired it simply, "Beautiful tiger shark." The outcome revealed more than a dramatic catch. Sharks, like all predators, favor what they recognize: tuna, ray, oily fish. As one viewer observed, they are attracted to blood, obviously, but they want the blubber, not the protein. The use of the pig's head sparked debate. Some were unsettled, while others dismissed the outrage. People being babies about seeing a head of a pig. Modern society has made y'all soft. Wait till you find out all the meat you eat was attached to an animal that had a head. The comments underscored a divide between those detached from the realities of food and those raised in hunting and fishing who saw nothing unusual. In the end, the tiger shark swam free, leaving behind awe, respect, and controversy. Was the unusual bait a failed experiment, or proof that sharks are more selective than we think? One viewer from Australia left a sharper reminder: "We'd be more impressed if you picked up the Glad wrap plastic you threw away." A final note that even in the pursuit of giants, conservation begins with what we leave behind. February 5th, 2025. In Indonesia, the YouTube channel A24 steps into another raw hunt. With over 283,000 subscribers and hundreds of videos, they've built their name on simple, unpolished fishing, catching carp in ways few would dare attempt. This time, their journey leads them into a culvert before dawn, a place where darkness hides both prey and something else entirely. The night begins in silence, broken only by dripping water echoing through the concrete tunnel. A flashlight beam cuts across the current. 3 massive shadows drift beneath the surface. Excitement surges.
Oh. Lu satu lu. Nak lu satu lu. Nak lu satu lu. Nak lu satu lu. Nak lu satu lu. Ayo lu, gede nih. Dalam nggak ya? Ke dalam. Sini sayang. Cilup, kekok besar guys. Kita evakuasi dulu satu. Mantap. Kita evakuasi dulu satu. Hihi. Ini yang warna merah tadi kayaknya. Jauh banget. Cair ya. Dekat ikannya masih lari ke sono no. Ke alam gaib. Tadi muter doang sini. Udah nggak usah, nggak apa-apa. Wah, yang ini lagi halim nih, gendut ini. Ini gendut. Nancep. Wah, tembus. Alhamdulillah. Banyak. Ini. Wih. Aduh, lagi halim. Berapa bulan kira-kira ya? Wah, sepasang. Oh, ini laki nih, panjang. Wah, mantap. Berdua lumayan. Oh iya, ikan anjir. Kenapa tuh? Sendalnya lepas. Balik aja. Langsung nyelam. Jangan ke sono. Di sini dulu nih. Di situ. Langsung turun, langsung nyebur. Ya.
Sini, kamu batak.
Nah, sip tuh. Hah? Ya, lu langsung ngerobok.
The first shot strikes out, but the line snaps, lost in the culvert's pull. Another attempt glances off thick scales. Frustration grows as each chance slips away. The water feels alive, resisting every strike. Then, chaos. A golden carp bursts from the shadows, thrashing violently. Kena Satu Kai. The shout reverberates as the hunters fight to control the line. At last, one is hauled out, proof of success, but victory is short-lived.
Ada nggak? Kesono pojokin bentuk. Hah? Ular. Serius?
Kenapa?
Mana? Ular apa? Ada ular langsung kabur. Mana cok ular?
Matanya nyala tuh.
Di gorong-gorongnya. Hah?
Itu nyala mata.
Tadi dulu gue pakai kacamata. Baru nyemplung, langsung naik lagi. Yang sebelah mana cok? Mana cok? Ularnya? Hah? Cok ularnya mana? Gak ada. Jadi kesononya?
Nggak ada, ketutup udah. Nih, bulatannya tuh.
Berarti nongkrongnya sebelah situ aja pojokan.
A sudden warning. Ular. A snake. For a moment, the beam of light catches glints in the black water. Two faint reflections that move where no fish should be. The camera shakes, searching the tunnel, but the shapes fade into ripples. Unease lingers, heavier than before.
Kena lu satu lu, langsung mati. Alhamdulillah. Kena satu. Alhamdulillah. Napalanya cok, sekelebat dia. Aduh, mau rezeki. Aman. Cek. Yo,
Some viewers questioned the origin of these fish. Others speculated they were swept in by recent floods. Theories spread that these carp weren't wild at all, but escapees carried into the culvert. Others focused on the method, suggesting stronger gear and different lighting. The broken lines and missed shots seemed to support their warnings. Without better equipment, the risks inside the culvert only multiply. If glowing eyes truly stared back from the dark, was it only a snake or something more? The culvert gave up carp by morning, but what else does it hold when night falls again? Would you reach into that water a second time? August 29th, 2022. The night opened with rain and lightning flashing over the harbor, but by morning, the storm had passed. In the daylight, Marukos, known through her channel Marukos Fishing, prepared her rods and baits, ready to face the unknown. The storm had passed, leaving the harbor slick and silent. In the daylight, Marukos cast her line. The heavy rod bent almost instantly, the reel shrieking as something immense pulled from below.
Okay. Okay. せーの。乗った。巻いて。走っとるかもしれんけど、巻いて。垂れて、竿。オッケー。乗ってる。オッケー。無理にギンバルってんでもいいって。よっしゃ、いけ。あ、いいね。よかった。もっと締めた方がいいんじゃない下から行って上ですね。違う。そう。張り付かれたらしんどいけ。張り付かれんようにずっとテンションかけてね。よっしゃ。足にくれたらでかいよ。誰も上におらんでも。で、また走ったりとかするけ。もうそのままテンション抜けたらバレるけ。気をつけてください。泳げんけど大丈夫？いや、ゆっくり。まあ、気楽に行こう。あ、走られとるね。走られるのはいいけ。張り付かれたらしんどいけ。しゃがむのは全然いいけ。座ったら横の移動ができんくなるけ。
She dug in her heels against the wet concrete, arms locked, sweat mixing with the salt spray. Every turn of the reel was met with brutal resistance. The line cut the water like a blade, vibrating with the weight of a creature that refused to surface. Minutes became hours. Her breathing grew ragged, her face twisted in strain, but she would not let go. Around her, voices urged her on, shouting to keep the tension steady.
切ろうとしとるね。
ちょっと待って。
いける。諦めたらあかんで。よし。ゆっくり行こう。
やばい。
よし。オッケー。若さん、上立てます？そのまま。立てますか？
でかい。引っ張られて。
オッケー。これ右側。オッケー。いやー、行こう。で、そのまま、マコさん右側に。
あ、すれる。
頑張って頑張って。でかっ。
どうぞ。
頑張れ。
頑張れ。
よし行け。
危ないで、刺されとってや。
危ない。うおー、でかっ。よしいけ。あともうちょい。よし、来た。ちょっと気をつけてよ。危ない。おめでとうございます。やりましたね。
The rod bowed in a dangerous arc, yet somehow it held. Then, breaking the surface, the shadow appeared. A stingray, massive, wide as her height, thrashing with violent power. Water surged as it rolled, revealing the glint of its venomous barb. Warnings rang out. A single strike could be fatal. Still she fought, pulling, reeling, holding her ground against the giant. The stingray writhed, but slowly weakened, its movements growing sluggish. Finally, after a struggle that seemed endless, the battle ended.
The first そうですね、100キロあるんかな、どうなんでしょうね。100キロないかな。重たすぎてね、持てないんですよ。だから
私は絶対重たい。
測りたくても測れんっていう。
で、これがで、私初めて釣ったんやけど、なんか聞いた話によるとね、これ見て、これが、ここのこの部分が、これ星の、この、多分星に見えるからちゃう？このマークみたいな柄なんかなって。これ、恐ろしい。見て、この毒針。これやばいやろ。これ、ピンと当てる？これ、こんな恐ろしい針がついてんのよ。だから、エイの毒針みんな気をつけてほしいんやけど、これ、エイの毒針は、これ、ついたら、まあ、ちょっとかわいそうっていうのもあるけど、やっぱり、こうやって折ったらまた生えてくるから、すぐに。エイの毒針。で、これ予備軍。毒針予備軍やから気をつけましょう。ここ。でかい、これ多分日本最大級の種類ちゃう？
最重量じゃないですか、これも。
最重量の負担になる多分エイやから。
バチクソ引きましたもんね。
めっちゃ引いた。こんなんがあんな堤防におるって考えたらめっちゃ怖い。やったら私より、にでかい。ほら、何センチ？全長で言ったら。
2メーターはあるんじゃないですか。
2メーターは余裕である。はい。2メーターは余裕である。
With careful hands, the line was eased, and the stingray was released. Its vast body slid back into the harbor, vanishing beneath the surface as the water closed over it. Marukos stood exhausted, her smile faint, the long fight finally behind her. For many viewers, the footage was difficult to watch without feeling the same exhaustion she endured. The comments praised her determination, calling her a true hunter of giants. Some noted how the long struggle left even the audience drained, as if they had fought alongside her. The release drew mixed reactions. Many were relieved to see the stingray slip back into the water, believing it would recover and grow again. Others, however, questioned whether it could truly survive after losing its venomous stinger, a weapon that nature had given it for defense. Without it, some feared the stingray would be left vulnerable, its fate uncertain in the depths. This leaves a lingering doubt. The battle ended with release, but was it really a second chance, or only the beginning of the end? What do you believe? Did the stingray glide back into the harbor to live another day, or did this fight take more from the creature than the eye could see? And if faced with the same choice, would you have done what she did? Risk everything to catch it, only to let it go? October 30th, 2021. In the Outer Banks of North Carolina, the creator of Outdoor Boys set out long before sunrise. Known for documenting family-friendly outdoor adventures with his 3 sons, this time he was alone, pursuing something far more daunting. At 6 a.m., he began a 5-hour drive toward the coast, determined to attempt his very first spearfishing trip in open water. What started as just another adventure quickly drifted into unfamiliar depths.
We shot a couple nice little fish there, but the visibility wasn't great, so we're gonna go try another spot real quick, see if we can get some better visibility and maybe some bigger fish. Get in there, catch a... Now kind of where we are going. Oh, I forgot to put my hood up. Woohoo! When we landed in the second spot, we were immediately greeted by this big ball of bait fish came right around us, and then this 40-pound barracuda swam right in front of me, and there was 3 more underneath. And this makes me a little nervous because I know a guy that got his kneecap bitten off by a barracuda, so that was all I was thinking about as I saw these barracuda. But once you dove down under the first 10-15 feet, the visibility got a lot better, and I could see these pilings I was diving next to, and you could kind of start seeing all these fish, and you could get yourself oriented, and it was just awesome. Suddenly 2 cobia right there just swam right past me, and I'm like, what the heck? And I look, and there's a couple good-sized jacks, and I totally scared them away by pointing my gun at them, and then a school of cobia swims right up to me. Oh, I just barely nicked the skin on the top of his head, and then the spear almost immediately tore out before that cobia nearly ripped that spear out of my hand. So I learned real quick to calm down and focus on my shots and loosen the drag on my reel.
The journey began with calm seas and a narrow break in the stormy weather that had plagued the coast. As the boat pushed farther from land, the shoreline disappeared, leaving nothing but blue horizon. On his first dive into 75 feet of water, he descended only a short distance before encountering a massive school of spadefish. His excitement quickly turned to frustration when he realized he had forgotten to switch off the safety on his spear gun. After correcting the mistake, he landed his first fish, a perfect shot that set the tone for the day. But the deeper he went, the stranger it became.
Bring a big cooler today? I did. I mean, that was only 21 feet, so, you know, I've only had to dive like 29 feet, 34 feet, 41 feet, 21 feet. I mean, this is great. I think all of my dives have been under a minute. Well, now I'd limited out on amberjack as well as cobia, so I got my pole spear out. I was gonna go try poking some of those spade fish and some of those Amico jacks with my pole spear.
Murky water surrounded him, disorienting and empty, with no bottom in sight and no landmarks to gauge his direction. Only the digital display of his dive watch confirmed he was sinking at all. At nearly 30 feet down, a sudden movement snapped him back. An entire school of fish materialized out of the haze and vanished just as quickly. Moments later, the ocean revealed its first predator. A 40-pound barracuda slid past, its silver body glinting in the filtered light. 3 more followed in the shadows below. He remembered stories of barracuda attacks and kept his distance, aware of how quickly curiosity could turn to aggression. When visibility improved near a second reef, the real tests began. A group of cobia appeared out of nowhere, circling just beyond his reach. His first shot grazed one, but the spear tore loose. On the next attempt, he steadied his aim and secured his very first cobia.
So I dove down here, and I was only about 20 feet under, saw a big old amberjack. Everything about this dive went so smoothly. I was like, this is easy, I got this. Little did I know that this amberjack was going to try to murder me. You know how I told you you're not supposed to get tangled up in your spear line? Really hard when an amberjack is swimming circles around you with a spear sticking out of its head. This amberjack has completely wrapped the cable around my throat and is trying to strangle me to death. I'm being garroted by an amberjack. Fun fact, this is actually the second time somebody has tried to strangle me while I was swimming.
An 18 to 20-pound fish that fought violently against the line until he surfaced. Then came the amberjack. Diving only 20 feet, he struck a large one, but the fish bolted in circles. In seconds, the spear line wrapped around his neck, pulling tight. What should have been a clean catch turned into a fight for breath, the cable threatening to cut off his air before he could surface. He freed himself, shaken but alive. For some viewers, the highlight wasn't the catch, but the risks. Comments questioned whether a beginner should be diving near barracuda at all, or if the amberjack incident showed just how quickly inexperience can turn dangerous. Others suggested he had underestimated how fast a simple tangle could escalate into disaster. The day ended in success, but the ocean rarely gives second chances. If one amberjack could nearly end a dive in shallow water, what else might be waiting in the deeper blue, just beyond the limits of visibility? August 4th, 2021. In Texas, an urban creek hides in plain sight. From the surface, it looks calm, surrounded by homes and streets, but below the waterline, giants still roam. On this day, Ty from the channel Ty Pig Patrol launched an 8-mile paddle, documenting every moment with his GoPro. His channel is known for high-risk fishing, chasing the biggest and most elusive creatures in the wild. This trip would prove just how dangerous that obsession could be. The morning heat was already suffocating, the water near 90 degrees. Ty loaded carp and mullet onto massive hooks, lines thick as a thumb stretching into the slow current.
He don't look too big.
He's not that, jeez, he's not that bad.
Oh, yeah, stop. My balls so dry. The rod just smacked me.
Dude, he's pretty good. Pretty good first. Gee! Pull him back over here.
The hook is right there. It's the little guy.
It's not a bad start.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Beautiful
We
fish.
haven't even been on the water.
Got the hook
for an
out.
hour.
First fish. Goal is to find something that makes him look small. Or a catfish that's his size, because he's about 50, 60 pounds.
There we go.
The first hit came quick. A rod bowed violently, the drag screaming as he pulled against the weight. A massive catfish rolled out of the water, 50, maybe 60 pounds, thrashing with raw force. It wasn't the 100-pound monsters he had caught here before, but still a reminder of what this creek held. The fight ended with a release, the fish sliding back into the dark.
I moved him. Oh yeah. Got him. I don't know what it is. Come on. Oh, dude. Is that an alligator snapper? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's huge, dude. Oh, I can barely move it. Oh my gosh. Take the rod, take the rod. Holy smokes. This guy is crazy. Oh, I got him. Oh, what a monster. There we go. We're good. All right, guys, check out this giant alligator snapping turtle. Probably not gonna quite hit the 100-pound mark, but we're talking 70 to 80 pounds. A true monster. You can see this turtle cannot put its arms or its legs in its own shell. It's the only turtle in the world that cannot do that. Because as you can tell, it has protection enough with that massive, watch out buddy, watch, with that massive face. And he's got these 3 awesome rows back here, an actual beak as opposed to more of a mouth like the common snapping turtle. And he's got a little worm on the end of his tongue that comes out and entices bluegill and small bait fish to bite that worm. That's it right there.
I'll get some around.
Get this guy out into deeper water. He is a gone. Wow.
Then, something stranger. The line went heavy, slow, like dragging against the bottom. But when it surfaced, it wasn't a fish at all. An alligator snapping turtle, nearly 80 pounds, broke the water. Its armored ridges, hooked beak, and worm-like lure made it look more prehistoric than alive. A creature older than the creek itself. With care, Ty let it go, watching the ancient beast sink back into the depths.
All right, my friends, so far we have got one 50 to 60, maybe 70 pound, 50, 60 pound alligator gar. And then I had that one run that was just blistering where I set the hook because I was running on a line and because my kayak wasn't in a good spot. It was just a whole mess right there. It all happened too fast and that fish just came towards us. I'm sure that fish was well over 100 pounds and seeing so many 100 to 150 pound fish out here, but could not make the hook stick. Those alligator gar are nothing but bone. I'm sure that hook was in bone. When I got the hook back, I could feel the hook point was a little bit dulled from setting into the bone.
The most intense strike came later. A float tore across the current, the kayak rocking under the force. Ty set the hook, feeling something enormous on the other end. For a moment, it was all power and tension, then nothing. The line came back slack, the hook dulled against bone. It could have been an alligator gar, easily over 100 pounds, jaws too tough to hold. A ghost of a fish, here 1 second and gone the next. By the halfway point, the creek had revealed a catfish, a nightmare turtle, and the shadow of something far bigger that escaped unseen. Viewers later called this place Jurassic Creek, a city waterway still hiding monsters from another age. Some recalled seeing turtles twice that size. Others spoke of gar strong enough to drag a kayak into the current. The comments reflected awe, but also unease. If these creatures grow this large in the middle of town, what else might be living beneath the surface? A quiet Texas creek, surrounded by neighborhoods, but teeming with ancient predators. If this is what surfaced in one trip, What else is waiting just a few feet below the waterline? Would you ever swim there, knowing that something unseen could be watching from the depths? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.
Whoa!
I got it right here.
Just nuts. I'm even having a hard time finding my words right now.
Fishing is peaceful until something drags you in. These 7 shocking fishing encounters caught on camera reveal the dark side of a simple day on the water. Let's dive in. January 15th, 2023. Along a remote coastline in Florida, Strick and Fran, creators of B2B Castaways, set out under a full moon. Their channel documents raw survival, life on deserted islands, long days at sea, and the constant test of living off the land. This time, their mission was simple: hunt down a giant mud crab. But in places where the tide can strand turtles and expose predators, even the simplest goal can turn into something far darker.
Welcome back and happy Sunday, everyone.
Yeah, guys, the mission today is we are after a giant mud crab, aren't we, friend?
Yeah, I'm craving one so bad.
The last one we caught, we actually had to let go because it was a mating pair. But today, we're off in search
of a single male.
A single male.
A big single male.
No luck finding a feed yet, but we're going to continue on to this other side. We've never actually explored this other side here.
Oh, this one? The little one. Hey, Jack, this one here, that's a good sign.
Look at the size of this. We might have found the pippy grounds here. That one's empty, but there's shells everywhere through here. These are huge. This would be perfect if we can find a few of these. Shells. There's so many dead shells that have washed into this gutter, but we're having a bit of trouble finding any live ones, which is a shame because this would just be such a good meal if we can get, you know, half a dozen of them. We'll keep looking. Oh, sorry mate, I didn't see you hiding there. You got a very good hiding spot.
Just gonna get you.
He's got like windscreen wipers for his eyes.
I just found one that looks full. We open it up and see what's in there.
Full of sand,
just
is
a
it?
bunch of sand.
Yum yum.
We just spotted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 beached turtles. And I bet you they're all males. I'm gonna run around and see if they're males or females.
Fred's running around doing a quick anatomy check to see the percentage of males versus females that have become beached. He's got a theory that the males are less intelligent, they miss the tide and get beached. But yeah, these marine biologists come up with crazy theories. What was your ratio count?
I'm puffed. So there are 23 turtles stuck in maybe 500 meter squares, and there's 16 males and 7 females.
Wow.
Did I do my maths right?
Yeah, that's 22.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's your theory?
You guys heard these theories before, but I think females are way smarter than the males to get stuck on low tide.
The big boy's just having a sleep, is he? How much longer do you think they've got until the tide comes in?
Maybe 3 hours?
He's alright, eh?
Yeah.
Leave him be.
This is crazy.
We've never seen this many, hey?
Oh, another one here. This one is gonna get hot.
So at the moment we've got a full moon, and what that means is the tide drops off these banks so quickly, and it's actually caught a few of these turtles out here that are left high and dry. But although it looks quite hot for the poor buggers, they will be okay. They're made to last this type of thing, so we'll just leave him be.
Just found a different species of hermit crab. Look how cute.
Wow, that's awesome.
He's going all the way out to say hi. Hello viewers, thanks for watching.
They pushed across the flats, spear tapping into the sand. One hole clouded with silt, something inside, then gone. Farther on, the cost of the tide was clear. Dozens of turtles left exposed on the bank, some moving slowly, others baking in the heat, stranded until the sea returned. Then came the flash of blue.
Holy, dude, this is what I think it is, guys. Come and check this. This is a gigantic, maybe a gigantic
Oh my god, I can see it from here.
Can you see that?
It's just over there.
No freaking way. Let's try to get some footage.
I'm sure it's just a stick just looking like a crab.
Guys.
What? Wow.
Can you see him there?
That's huge. What is it doing there?
Holy moly, look at the size of this thing. That is a giant mud crab in the craziest unlikely spot. Friend, this might be the biggest one we've got yet. That beautiful blue color just stood out. This little weed bank. He's had a bit of a battle.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, he's strong. Geez, he's strong.
Doesn't mean there's a bigger one around.
There must be a bigger one getting around.
No way, there's a bigger one.
Guys, I'm shaking, man. Well, sometimes you just get lucky. Like finding a giant mud crab in the tiny little pool like that. Wow.
I'll find a unicorn fish already there like the previous episode.
We're on a roll, aren't we? This is one of the more impressive mud crabs I've ever seen. Right here, you're looking at the animal with the second highest level of testosterone in the animal kingdom. If you come close to him, he's just ready to rumble. I think he's the boss of this area. And these nippers are obviously, oh my God, that's obviously why you gotta play with a bit of caution with mud crabs and sticking your hands down holes. All right, back to the hut, you reckon, friend?
Back to the hut for a feed.
Okay, let's get out of the sun for a bit, eh? He's gonna be such a big meal for us.
Oh, there's a turtle right here.
A massive male mud crab, bigger than their hands, thrashing with brutal force. One of the largest they had ever pulled from the sand. Back at camp, it went straight onto the fire. The shell turned orange, smoke sank into the meat, claws cracked and steamed. But the shoreline erupted.
Nice and clean as well. Easy to pick up the fire.
Well done.
Can't even fit in the fan.
That's amazing. All right, dinner is served. There you are, knife and fork.
I just want to show something. It's crazy how the claw in here just looks like the molars of a human being.
It's like human teeth, aren't they?
Yeah.
They just crush fingers. There's a few sharks that like stranded themselves surfing the wave in, and they're actually up high and dry on the sand.
They're coming this way.
They are, aren't they? It's quite eerie. There's a school of sharks of giant trevally here, which is causing the water to boil, and they're coming this way. You reckon they're gonna come ashore here?
I hope so.
Holy moly, look at the sharks!
What's going on? There's hundreds of them. Watch out!
This is absolutely crazy.
I think there's GTs in between them.
There's sharks and I think GTs. They had something up on the beach there. They were like almost biting at our ankles. That was crazy. Oh my gosh.
I can't quite see what they are eating.
This is absolutely crazy. These sharks are beaching themselves. There's this chaos. This guy's beached himself.
Dozens of reef sharks cut through the shallows, then hundreds. Behind them, giant trevally forced bait into the sand, sending the water boiling with chaos. Sharks thrashed at their ankles. Trevally beached themselves in the foam. Dinner with fire had become dinner under siege, and then silence returned. The moon climbed above the palms, and they ate what they had taken, while predators circled just meters away. Viewers were divided. Some saw paradise, life lived to the fullest, framed by sharks and sunset. Others warned that crabs this size should be spared to protect the species. Most could not look past the frenzy itself. Hundreds of sharks beaching at the edge of camp. On one side, turtles stranded in the sun. On the other, predators tearing the shoreline apart. And between them, two castaways, a fire, and a giant crab. So when the ocean offers both feast and threat in the same night, what would you do? Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. January 25th, 2020. In the swamps of southern Florida, Luke from Outdoor Boys set out with his son Tommy. The channel follows a family through camping, fishing, and survival adventures. Real experiences in the wild, but this time, the mission was different.
Now the rain makes it tricky to hunt the alligators because, the alligators don't want to sun themselves when it's all raining like that. Plus, it ripples the water, makes it harder to see them when they stick their heads out. Oh man, this is gorgeous. Look at this country. Gator down there. Here, out of the way, Tom.
Got him. Walk down there, reel him while you walk down there.
Don't follow me, Tom.
That's not
not that big. I'll hold him.
Hey, Tommy, you gotta point the camera. You gotta point the camera. Look at that.
Choking him? Is he choking him?
No, he's just keeping him from biting him. Pin him up. Watch him.
I kind of want to hold him.
Okay, come on. Let's come around this way.
Just listen to what they're saying, okay?
Come right up his back right here.
See, as long as...
Put your foot on his back, get your knee down.
Yeah.
Straddling.
Yeah.
Get over top of him right here. Straddling.
Yeah.
On your knees. Get on your knees. Sit down. And grab right here. You weight on him and get both hands right here on his neck.
He can't get you as long as you don't let go.
You got him.
All right.
You got
there
him.
You go. Tommy,
he's all yours.
Look at me.
Let go.
Look at me, Tommy. Look over here.
Let go.
Yeah, don't let go. He's gonna get his. There you go.
Now back straight up.
Yeah, he can go backwards. There you go.
Go over by the truck.
It was a hunt for alligators in a place where giants still rule the water. The rain made the search harder. Ripples covered the surface, masking the brief moments when gators lifted their heads before slipping away again. They moved along levees and flooded flats, spotting deer, turkeys, and the dark shapes of alligators in the water. Smaller ones appeared first, thrashing in the shallows, giving Tommy the chance to hold steady as Luke guided him through the moment. But the swamps held much larger threats. A strike came. Water exploded as a gator rolled violently against the line. The fight was brutal, but persistence won. Measured at 6'8", the animal was tagged and loaded into the truck. Another soon followed. 7'4", just as powerful, breaking through grass and mud before finally going still. 2 massive alligators now lay in the truck bed, proof the swamp was full of predators. But not every battle ended in victory.
Oh, there he is. He popped up. There he is. Yeah. Nice with you. All right.
We'll try to keep him out of that grass right over there. Yep, perfect.
There we go.
Yep.
Got him.
Whew. That'll hit me in the face. A piece of gator, I think. Oh, good hit.
Ooh, that is that right?
Yeah. That is beautiful. Beautiful animal. That's a little fish and game tag type thing?
Yeah, society's tag.
How long is he?
6'8". 6'8".
6'8". Can we please keep it? I want some alligators.
Yeah, we're keeping them. Don't send them back now. Holy mackerel, that thing just fought like crazy. That was right up there with catching those 8-foot sturgeon, man. That was fun. Now Magic Mike here is going to show us how to get some gators. These alligators are really skittish. I'm trying to use my lights to film, but I got to be really careful because it's scaring them off. So I'm keeping my lights dimmed down until we get them hooked.
Oh, you got to walk with him.
Yeah, okay.
You got to walk with him.
Okay. On me.
Yeah.
Oh. You help videotape, Tommy?
Yes, sir.
Right here, buddy.
Going to the right a little bit. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Holy mackerel, that was a big gator.
3 giants surfaced, fought back, and snapped heavy braided line as if it were nothing. Even with all their preparation, the swamp reminded them that control is never certain. The day revealed both skill and limits. Securing 2 gators showed mastery and patience, but losing 3 proved how unpredictable the swamp remains. Every hunt was a balance between harvest, danger, and respect for the wild. 2 giants secured. 3 more vanished into the dark, and a family left with the memory of a swamp that gives and takes on its own terms. So when nature leaves you holding part of the prize but not all of it, is that victory or just a reminder of who truly owns the wild? September 17th, 2023. South Florida heat. Backyards pressed against canals and mangroves. Robert and Sarah Arrington, creators of Deer Meat for Dinner, aren't chasing game for a campfire recipe tonight. Their channel usually blends hunting, fishing, and cooking, but this story is different. It's about an invasion. Green iguanas crawling across rooftops, chewing through gardens, and sliding into the water like shadows. The plan begins simple. Set traps, bait them with mango, and hope to restore a little order before nightfall. The first attempt looked promising.
Were you a construction worker in your past life? Hey, we're having fun though, aren't we? Mm-hmm. That's my trap right there. It's got a door up top so you can put the bait in. It's got one funnel that we cut off, and I use small mesh like this so that if we get little iguanas, we catch them too, not just big ones. We just went with one hole, one funnel. We'll put bait in there, and then if the iguanas come, they can circle and then in. If we have a bunch of different funnels, that's also a bunch of ways out. Let's see how it works. So now you guys walk around there. While you do that, me and Ken were gonna grab the traps.
Ow, 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 ow.
This was just an idea.
Dad, did we eat some of that?
Huh?
Did we eat some of that?
Yeah, part of our watermelon that we ate.
I'm funny. We actually went to our grandma's and cut it open for the iguanas, but technically we started eating it.
I'm gonna give them some.
See it? Green?
Robert, there's one right there. There's one.
That's it. There's one in the trap that I can see.
Look at them running. They're all over here.
They're little babies.
They're all around it. I don't think they can get in it.